Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a desk tour for you, or like a corner tour. I've done a couple of these in the past before, but this is the most me my space has ever felt, and I'm just really excited to share with you guys how I've set it up and how I use my desk. So here we go. Let's start with the bookshelf. So the first bookshelf is what I like to call Hobbit bookshelf. I've bedazzled it with a Tiny Tina Pop vinyl. That is from the Borderlands series, the game series. Tiny Tina is my favorite character, hence the pop vinyl. I also have a very cute candle holder with a candle and a Froggy Hollow cup that used to be my pen cup that I now put mountain daisies in, and it looks super cute and I love it. So I collect Hobbit books. This sort of came on organically. I am a Tolkien nerd, and then when people went to buy me a birthday gift, or a Christmas gift, or any sort of random just thinking of you mads gift, it usually came in the form of a Hobbit book. And so slowly over time I just found myself with 5 random editions of The Hobbit, and I realized these are all completely different. Not one of them doubled up. It's an old book. There's probably 100 different copies out there that I could get my hands on. And thus began the hobby or habit, depending on how you look at it, of looking for all these different kinds of Hobbit books. I don't often buy new. I think only one of these new editions I've bought myself. The rest have been gifted. The majority of them I've bought secondhand. And since I only really like to buy secondhand, this collection has taken me about 10 years to accumulate. So it's a slow burn, which I think is why I've enjoyed it so much. It's a little treat every time I do find them. And now that I have I would say quite an extensive collection so far, it's getting harder and harder to find new ones, which makes it all the more thrilling. On to the second shelf. We have a IKEA pot plant that I can keep alive because it's fake. I can't keep any plant alive. I also have a Winged Victory statue. When I was first looking into how to decorate shelves and in the style that I liked, Dark Academia was coming up a lot, and they seem to have a lot of the old Greek statues. And you know what? I'm a sucker for a Greek statue too. I really like it. I think I got this super cheap off AliExpress or something. It's actually not bad for a resin mold. I like the details of it. I think I will do a black wash eventually because it's way too white and it's very stark. This is an IKEA lantern. I hope to eventually get a viper skeleton to go in here. Maybe with flowers. I would have preferred to put more bugs on top of the skeleton, but the case is not sealed enough and I don't really know how to do that, so it'll probably be dried flowers, which I still think would be super cute. We have 2 bud vases, one from Froggy Hollow again, a commission of the owl, and one from Beansprout Studio, another ceramic artist here in Brisbane. We have my film camera, which is full currently. I really need to get them printed. Then we have these cute apothecary drawers that I did an absolute terrible job painting. They came white, and I didn't like white. I wanted them black, and I painted them, and I did such a rush job with such cheap paint. I really should sand them back and try again, but they'll do for now. I'll show you what's in them. Let's do that. For the most part, I keep my wax and my wax seals in here. So I have my white wax, which I use for my shop, and I have my black wax, which I use for my journals more than anything. I have these little mini pins and paper clips. Are they called pins or split pins? It's when you shove a pin through a piece of paper and you can fold the back in half and it splits open. I don't know if they're called that. All of my mini seals are from, actually that's a lie, most of my mini seals are from Note and Wish. So the first drawer is my stout mini seals, my second drawer is my bigger wax seals that are only Note and Wish, and then I have some yarn. I got some of these from Avril and I got the rest from Nesso. I'm not sure if Nesso exists anymore. I tried finding them the other day and they didn't seem to have a lot of options, so maybe they're selling out. And then I have more of the longer wax seals of the mini variety. Those are usually from other shops. I think I've got one Note and Wish one in there. And then the second lot of bigger wax seals are from a spattering of different brands. And then I have my ribbon drawer. I just like that it's in there. I don't know why. I think it's just pretty. A lot of this is left over from when I did my friends' wedding invitations. But yeah, that's what I have in my cute little apothecary drawers. The next shelf we have my typewriter, a very beautiful commission from Scout Arts of Elrond. He does this really cool thing where he'll take pop culture figures and put them into really old paintings, and I love that. So I commissioned Elrond. I have all my journals here, and then a little trinket tray that holds other clips. This is my Peanuts collection. I have all of the Peanuts comics digitally, but I've been over probably the past 10 years as well, slowly accumulating the physical versions. Having the physical versions is just so much nicer, especially when you just want your daily dose of Peanuts. You just turn around, open a book, read a comic or two, put it back. Done. Amazing. Incredible. I still have 10 editions to go. I have just noticed in this clip that the last 2 books are the wrong way around. Sorry guys, you're just gonna have to deal with that. But yes, I've got 10 editions to go between, I think, 55 and 74? Yes, so about 10 more editions because they come in 2-year slots. So pretty excited for that. Next to the Peanuts comics, I have a Peppermint Patty pop vinyl. Peppermint Patty is my favorite Peanuts character. We have this ceramic figure of the old Curiosity Shop from the Charles Dickens novels. I thrifted that, and I thrifted this vase that these gorgeous Australian natives are. I dried these probably 4 years ago, and their colour is still ever amazing. It is, nothing dries like Australian natives. Now the very last shelf. The last shelf holds this old doctor's bag that I thrifted. My friend runs a op shop here in Brisbane. She managed to find this for me and I bought it immediately from her. It holds all of my old journals and stuff. Once that fills up, I'll get another box, put them into storage, and then start the process again. And then I have a bunch of Paramore and Hayley Williams vinyls. I really want to get into collecting more vinyls, but I thought Paramore's my favorite band, I should probably collect theirs first, which is what I've slowly been doing. Alrighty, let's move on to the wall, the main attraction, some might even say. Right away, we have a really big, beautiful sword. It's the sword that Aragorn wields at the end of the movie. No, I'm not about to try and pronounce the name of it. I always get it wrong and I'm always made fun of. Then we have this really gorgeous print from the Two Towers. I do not remember if I was gifted this or if I bought it. I know it was years and years and years ago, but I love it. The Two Towers is my favorite book and my favorite film of the trilogy. Then we have some Avatar postcards that I got from Redbubble. These are my favorite characters: Suki, Toph, Zuko, and Uncle Ira. This area was really awkward to film because it's a tiny gap and I'm a bigger gal, so I'm sorry if the camera work is really dodgy. But here is the first set of Pokemon cards I ever tried to collect. It is the Unagi-Yaba. I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong, I probably have. And the Pokemon Center collaboration. The Pokemon Center would send these out with any order and it would just be a blind pack and you had a chance to open one of these. I love this set because it is so similar to some of the artworks that I love in like the stamps that I collect and things like that. So I immediately fell in love and so I decided to go out of my way and buy them all. I picked up this print by Ashley Bechez. I know I'm pronouncing that artist's name wrong. I am terribly sorry. From a market I attended in Melbourne called Oh My Hughes. It was my very first time in Melbourne and I saw this at one of the stalls and I was obsessed. I immediately got it because it's Beatles and it's colourful and it's quirky. What's not to love? Okay, onto the main wall we have a Vincent van Gogh print. I got this print from Etsy. There's 1,000 of them. Van Gogh is my favourite painter. Starry Night is my favourite Van Gogh painting. But I didn't want a massive sea of blue, I wanted more variety, so I chose one of his others. And the really good thing about a print is that I can change my mind later, so if I really want to change it out, I can. Above that we have a Death Head Hawk Moth and a Psychomatostag, or a metallic stag, you can catch this one in Animal Crossing, which I think is pretty cool. Next to that print, we have a frame with a love soup print in it. I really like Pepper. I love how grumpy she is. It's a vibe. Next to that one, we have a little Luna moth with a day flying moth. I don't really remember all of the colloquial names or the common names for a lot of these butterflies. I do tend to live in the world of Latin when I'm collecting, so forgive me that I don't remember all of the common names. This is an envelope from Camille. I just love it, so it's on my wall. This is an embroidery piece. I bought the pattern on Etsy and I asked my sister to make it, and she did an absolutely incredible job, and it's one of my favorite pieces that I own. Underneath that, we have a piece of packaging from some of my favorite stamps. It's a sheep set. You'll see those stamps in a little bit. This is a giant leaf insect. Leaf insects are one of my all-time favorite bugs. Top 3 easily. And I'm just obsessed with this guy. The fact that he's massive, most of the time they're about half that size, but this is the giant one, so it's twice as big. Fantastic. Speaking of all-time favorite bugs, this is my all-time favorite moth. This is the Cecropia moth. Look at the reds, look at the browns and the beiges. Ah, it's absolutely stunning. I am obsessed with it. I'm so glad I finally managed to get it. This is a Morpho butterfly. I cannot for the life of me remember how to pronounce its name. It's also not doing its magic right now. Usually it's quite see-through and you only see the blue at certain angles, but you're getting to see the blue most of this video, so lucky you guys. Moving on to some of my all-time favorite butterflies. I love these butterflies. These are tree nymphs or paper kite butterflies. I know them as idea butterflies. I would have my entire wall filled with these. I don't know what it is about them. The simple designs, the simple colors are just heaven. This is the white witch moth. Not only is it the biggest bug in my collection, but it's also one of the biggest moths in the world. What can I say? I'm a sucker for big, beige, beautiful bugs. This is the Zalmoxis butterfly. I do believe it's called the giant blue birdwing. This is one of my all-time favorite butterflies and one of the very first I got in my collection. This bug is the white ghost cicada. Look at the gold and the teal details. Just beautiful. This print I actually made myself. I traced a panel from one of my favorite Snoopy comics. Oh, wait, I will show you. I ended up just taking a photo of the panel and then tracing over it on my Procreate app, and I think it turned out pretty great, and I love it. Next we have the monarch butterfly and then the Madagascan diadem butterfly. The reason I have this frame in particular is not because I particularly love the butterflies or that they're rare or anything like that. The diadem butterfly my friend Chris has on their wall, it's the only butterfly they have at the moment. So when I saw this, I just thought I need to have that on my wall too, just to be a little bit extra connected to them. Next we have a ghost print in a frame that I got off Etsy, and then we also have a Hercules beetle, a brass Hercules beetle figure. I would love a Hercules beetle one day. Unfortunately, they're crazy expensive, so probably not in my near future at all. Last but certainly not least, we have a pair of Raja Brooks butterflies. I personally adore the female, which is the bottom butterfly. I just love the little shock of blue it has in the wings, and I was very taken with them. Okay, that is everything on my walls and all my shelves at this point in time. Let's move on to the desk. First up, we have a Cubone little figure. Cubone is one of my favorite Pokemon. I have this cute little desk calendar from Planned by Jyla. And then I also have a very cute little bud vase from Froggy Hollow as well, living up to the Froggy name. The vase up the back was a gift from my dearest friend Amy, and it also has some Australian natives in it. I have a 27-inch monitor. It's a smidgen too big, but at the time it was cheaper than the smaller models. I also have a Logitech webcam for webcam stuff, and a Ducky 3 in the matcha color keyboard. And because I have to personalize absolutely everything I own, I have a little Marshall keycap. Marshall is my second favorite Animal Crossing character. Nan is my first, just so you know. And I have a red dragon mouse. I just love the buttons on gaming mice, but I'm not a massive fan of the LEDs. On the other side of the desk, we have a Jones & Co. vase with some more beautiful little mountain daisies in it. This is a incense diffuser I got from Target, but I just adored the design of it so much that it became my pen cup. Then we also have a IKEA lamp. I really like it because you can dim it and brighten it at my discretion. Then we have the Muji desk drawers and a little print of Ollie on the side. In these drawers, I just have all of my tiny little stamps. I like to keep them up here because I do use the smaller stamps more often. I go to them the most, which is why they stay on my desk the majority of the time. This is the set of sheep stamps that the piece of packaging on my wall came from. I love them. Before I forget, just a quick look at my chair. It's an old chair from Fantastic Furniture. The stuffing in it is dying, which is why I have this cushion, which I also got from IKEA, and this adorable, squishy, plush Cubone that my sister-in-law got me for my birthday this year. I adore it. It is so stinking cute. Look at him. Look at him! Okay, on to the last leg of this tour, which is what's in my drawers. The first drawer is the rest of my stamp collection. I used to have 2 whole drawers dedicated to stamps, but over time I've realized that I don't use them all enough, or I've been buying sets when I only really liked 1 or 2 of the stamps in that set. So I've been de-stashing a lot and giving a lot away, which have condensed my collection to the little drawers on top of my desk and this drawer here. I also have some washi tape, some pet tape samples from Pen Pals that I keep forgetting to cut up and put in my sticker release book, and I also have my favorite glue tape, which is the Kokoyu. In this second drawer, I have my ink pads as well as a little tray of all the random utensils that utensils? Is that even the right word? Ah, doesn't matter. I've got spare pens, scalpels, bone folders, corner cutters, my stapler, some different types of glue sticks, the mic for my headphones, just things that I use somewhat regularly, but not regularly enough that they need to sit on my desk. My pen cup is quite small, so only the things that I use almost every day, multiple times a day, live up there. I also have my favorite ink pad for stamping the outside of my TNs. Every time I do this, someone is bound to ask me. Here is another picture of it. I also have some spare command strips. That's how I keep everything on my wall. And then I also have these really cute notepads and letter sets from Kieran Baclay's collection. I think they're so cute. Look at Frankie. I will find the courage to use them someday. In the third drawer is where I keep a lot of my stickers and paper bits and pieces. In this Snoopy pouch, I have sticker sheets. A lot of the time I do move the stickers from sticker sheets into the sticker release book, but I do often buy multiples of some, so these are often spares. I think like most scrapbooking and junk journal people, we have quite a decent stash of paper. I should really go through it and maybe give some away or recycle some, but sometimes it's really hard to let go. As mentioned before, this is my sticker release book. I often cut up PET tapes and again sticker sheets and put them in here. In this old sticker box, I have pre-made wax seals. I really enjoy having wax seals in my journals, but I get a little bit stressed putting hot wax directly on the paper. I do use a lot of quite delicate paper sometimes, so I find pre-making them just makes it easier for me. I've been trying to figure out what brand this set of cards are, and for the life of me I cannot figure it out. They are great though, because they come with a bunch of the patterns are mostly the same, but it comes in a bunch of different textures and thicknesses of card, which I think is really, really cool. In this particular box, I just have all of the notepads and like collection of note paper. I just find it easier to just shove them all in there and I can rifle through them when I need to. I love tins. I use tins quite a bit. In this particular tin, I like to keep small business stickers. My collection has depleted quite a lot, so I really need to go through and rebuy a bunch of them because I do miss having the variety that I used to have. I do have a lot of Bouquet Herbie though, because I'm obsessed with Bouquet Herbie. In this tin, it's more paper scraps. Again, I can't throw them out. I will tear off the tiniest bit and go, I can totally use that one day. And I immediately put it back. I can't bring myself to throw any of them away. In this one, I have It's June Lee and I think Yohaku stickers. I'm probably saying them wrong. I'm so sorry, guys. June Lee stickers are some of my all-time favorite stickers, and I have been trying to use them up so I can do another really big order and do it all over again. In this particular tin, I have the brand new kind of paper pads. Is that what they're called? They're just the mini ones that I would get lost in the big box out the back. Oh, I also have basically anything that Camille gives me, I hoard like you wouldn't believe. So I have those in there as well. She hand wrote out some of my favorite lyrics in French and then gave me the true translations, which is so cute. I love her. But yeah, so this is, you know, the big stickers or the roll of stickers, the Owls paper pads, the small classic-y paper pads. I like to tear them up and chuck them in there as well, just to keep them separate from the bigger paper pads. And then I have my secret stash of, not secret, just my stash of mini envelopes by Kieran Beclay. I love these. I like to keep 1,000 on hand at any given time. Whenever someone says something lovely to me or sweet or something that's just moved my heart a little bit from like personal conversations, I will put them in these envelopes in my journal. So it's like a little secret just for me. And these are the perfect size for passport and for the regular sized traveler's notebooks. This is one of the mini envelopes from Kieran Beclay that I keep sort of unwanted PET tape stickers. I love a lot of the PET tapes, but not every sticker on those rolls is what I will use. So I like to put them in a little envelope so when I have a happy mail, I can just chuck that in just for fun of it. And it doesn't get wasted, and I feel a little bit better about not using them. Once again, we have more Camille goodness. She sent me a beautiful bunch of dried hydrangea petals. They are everywhere in my journal, and I'm getting to a point now where I'm scared to use them in case I run out before she sends me more. This is another one of Camille's goodness. She sends me snippets of French books or French poetry, and again, translates it for me because she's a gift. I really should learn French so she's not doing all the hard work. These are some of the bigger sort of frame from PET tapes. I don't like putting them in the sticker release book because they're just too big, and I think it's just a bit of a wasted space having big chunks there when I can fit a lot more the smaller stickers in the sticker release book. The last thing is a notepad that I like to keep around for quick notes and ideas if I haven't got the time and energy to write them in a proper book. This drawer is sort of, I don't even know what it is. Kind of like my spares drawer, I suppose. It's where my PET tape lives, all of my spare notebooks. I've got some samples of some very cute yarn in here. I've got the spares for my glue tapes. I've got unused traveler's notebook covers in here. Just a bunch of that sort of stuff. I haven't got a proper home for, so they just chill out in here. I cannot believe that I'm currently not using either of my limited edition covers at the moment. I do hope to bring them back next year. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my regular, but the records is definitely coming back next year. In this last drawer, I have a bunch of things that I do and do not use. I've got some extra dried hydrangea petals and eucalyptus leaves. I have a bunch of different color waxes because I do like to mix it up when I do happy mails, and it's just good to have options. I do also have a bunch of inks that I don't use. I don't use fountain pens. I do use dip pens on occasion when I'm doing calligraphy for envelopes and such, but I really don't need this many inks. I really should de-stash them. I've got some utensils again for calligraphy. I got some spare pen refills as well. I have this watercolor palette that I am giving away to a friend. They have already claimed it, but that's really it for this drawer. Just a bunch of random stuff. Thank you so much for watching this probably too detailed look into my space and my desk, but like I said before, I've been really loving my little space and I really wanted to share it with you guys. Until next time, bye!